As a family of the University of Nairobi and our guests and all our esteemed partners, as we reflect on the mandate to train and prepare young people for their participation in nation building, as we ask you to inspire us to be able to instill knowledge and good values that will enable them to work. We pray for our government, and in a very special way, the Deputy President present with us here. You have given them the noble role to the present moment to lead your people. Like Moses of old did it, help them as well to continue guiding and leading the people of Kenya to the right direction and to knowing you and to loving you. Help them to look only to you. Bless this day. Give hope to our young people, especially so many who look and who have graduated and who look for opportunities for work. You ordained work yourself in creation. Help them to have opportunities to continue co-creating with you. And we make our prayer through Christ our Lord. Amen.
Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, please let's resume to our seats. Asante sana. Your Excellency, the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, Honorable Professor Kithure Kindiki, the Chinese Ambassador to Kenya, Her Excellency Ms. Guo Hien, the Chairman, Kenya-China Economic and Trade Association, and the General Manager, CRBC, Mr. Yu Yedong, the CEO, Huawei Kenya, Mr. Gavin Gao, the Group Managing Director and CEO Nation Media Group, Mr. Geoffrey Odundo, our gracious host, the acting VC of this great institution, Professor Margaret Chesang, ladies and gentlemen. Your Excellency, the Deputy President, it's a very cold morning in Nairobi, but your presence has truly warmed this room. Let's give him a warm round of applause for making it in time for this event. Your Excellency, to invite you officially to this institution, allow me to invite Professor to come and welcome you officially. Tumpigie makofi jameni anapokuja kumkaribisha Mheshimiwa Naibu wa Rais.
Thank you very much, Bwana MC. Your Excellency, the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, Professor Kithure Kindiki, the Cabinet Secretaries, Honorable Logamba Migos and Honorable Salim Buria, who have given the apologies, Ambassador of the People's Republic of China to Kenya, Your Excellency Guo Hien, the CEO of Huawei Kenya, Mr. Gavin Gao, the CEO of Nation Media Group, Mr. Geoffrey Odundo, the Chairman of Kenya-China Economic and Trade Association, and General Manager of China Road and Bridges Corporation, Mr. Yu Xiandong, distinguished CEOs present, our partners and collaborators, invited guests, our graduates, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It is indeed a great honor and genuine enthusiasm that I welcome you all to this momentous occasion, the opening of the Hawaii Leap Job Fair here at the University of Nairobi. Today, we come together not only to celebrate opportunities, but also to reaffirm the power of collaboration, innovation, and unlocking human potential. This event indeed embodies the spirit of leadership, employability, advancement, and possibilities. In brief, LEAP. The LEAP Job Fair stands as a testament to our shared commitment to transforming education into meaningful employment. It reflects a growing ecosystem where academia and industry join forces to prepare our students for the demands and the opportunities of the modern world. Your Excellency, sir, since 2018, the University of Nairobi has been privileged to partner with Huawei Technologies. This strategic partnership has played a transformative role in shaping Kenya's ICT landscape. Beyond conventional education, our partnership through Huawei ICT Academy has empowered over 600 students annually with advanced skills in areas such as data communication, artificial intelligence, and cloud computing, Your Excellency, as you are shown during the tour. These programs have not only expanded technical competencies, but have also enabled our students to earn international work certificates, making them highly competitive in the global marketplace and a forerunner of transformation in our societies, Kenya included. In addition, Your Excellency, over 20 of our students each year have benefited from the prestigious Huawei Graduate Management Trainee Program, gaining valuable real-world experience. Many more have participated and excelled in the Huawei ICT competition, pushing boundaries and demonstrating their ability to meet and even exceed global standards. These milestones culminated in the University of Nairobi receiving the Excellent Global Talent Ecosystem Partner Award, a significant recognition of our shared commitment to cultivating world-class digital talent. Today's job fair marks another major milestone, and we are honored to host over 1,000 job opportunities across a range of sectors, including engineering, information technology, business, and marketing. These opportunities reflect the confidence that the industry has in the quality of our graduates and the strength of our talent pipeline to drive Kenya's social economic transformation. To our graduates, I urge you to seize these opportunities with purpose. Engage proactively, showcase your talents, and use every platform available to transform from students to industry innovative leaders of our country and the world at large. The future is rapidly evolving, and I'm confident you possess the resilience, the skills, and the mindset to shape it. To our valued partners, Huawei, the Nation Media Group, China Road and Bridges Corporation, Yoshen Group, and all participating organizations, thank you, thank you, thank you again for your unwavering commitment and partnership with the University of Nairobi. Your vision, investment, and belief in Kenya's youth fuel the success of this initiative and highlight the power of collaboration in bridging the gap between knowledge and opportunity. In closing, Your Excellency, let us all embrace the true spirit of LEAP. Let us continue to build strong partnerships, inspire our youth, and remain relentless in our pursuit of a brighter, more inclusive future. Together, we are building a resilient Kenya, powered by innovation, driven by talent, and united by a shared commitment to progress. I want to thank you most sincerely for coming today, and I wish the Huawei LEAP Job Fair every success. Thank you very much, and may God bless this event and bless our country, Kenya, and our beloved partner, the Republic of China. Asante sana, and God bless you.
Tumpongeze tena kwa makofi mazuri. Thank you, Madam VC. At this juncture, Your Excellency, allow me to invite Mr. Gavin Gao, the CEO, Huawei Kenya, to come and make his opening remarks. Let's give him a warm round of applause as he makes his way.
Thank you. Your Excellency, Professor Kisur Kindiki, the Vice President of Kenya. Your Excellency Guo Haiyan, Chinese ambassador to Kenya, Jan McCurry, Deputy Director General of Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and Professor Margaret Jason Hutchinson, Professor Acting Vice Chancellor of the University of Nairobi. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. The LEAP Job Fair is an important milestone. It represents a celebration between government and the private sector to address the challenges in Kenya today, the need for high-quality jobs. I wish to thank the government of Kenya and all representatives here today by the Deputy President and all other CEOs for working closely with us. I also wish to appreciate Kenya-China Economic and Trade Association for organizing and making this event for a success. I also extend my serious gratitude to Nation Media Group and the University of Nairobi, our business partners and companies here today for your support. The government has rightly recognized the critical role in digital superhighway plans in the Kenya's development, and particularly in creating jobs. In Huawei's 25 years of working in Kenya, I'm proud that we have played a significant role in building network coverage in Kenya. We continue to help build the digital superhighway, and today we can see the country is seeing the benefits from this. A report published in December last year estimates there are around 1.9 million people employed in digital and digitally enabled jobs in Kenya today. Of course, estimates suggest that there are around 330,000 ICT professionals working in Kenya today. This is already great progress, and I'm optimistic for the future. Huawei will continue to play our roles in providing the ICT and digital power infrastructure to support this growth, as well as providing the infrastructure for digital jobs. Huawei directly employs hundreds of Kenyans. We also worked with our business partners and constructors to indirectly provide thousands more. Just as importantly, Huawei believes that the good quality skills and training for the current and future workforce is critical, especially ICT-related skills. So the ICT sector is growing rapidly, whilst the demand for ICT skills in other sectors continue to rise. Meanwhile, I believe almost all entrepreneurs nowadays need to be well versed in how to use e-commerce for marketing and sales, and use cloud solutions for managing and developing their business. It is critical that we work together to provide such skills to young Kenyans, and I'm proud that Huawei is leading the way in this field. We are providing advanced skills through Huawei ICT Academy, training over 7,000 students per year, and we are also providing more basic digital skills to rural youth. In 6 years, the DigiTruck has trained over 8,000 youth across 39 countries. Collaboration is critical to those problems. We are delighted to have signed an MOU in 2023 with the State Department of ICT and Innovation, as well as with the State Department of TVET this year. We have partnered with over 60 universities and TVETs, and we actively participate in joint programs such as the DigiTalent program run by ICT Authority and the Cybersecurity Bootcamp together with CA and the Ministry of ICT. and the rural women entrepreneurs training with Mama Doing Good. So I encourage those of you who study ICT or communication related fields to visit our exhibition hall booth to find out more about all these opportunities. And we will continue to partner so that together we can help Kenya and Kenyans achieve great things. So a better you for a better Kenya. Asante sana.
Thank you very much, CEO. Your Excellency, at this point in time, allow me to invite, to represent the Nation Media Group, to invite the Group Managing Director and CEO, Mr. Geoffrey Odundo, to come and also make his quick remarks. A good hand clap as he makes his way.
Your Excellency, the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, Professor Kithure Kindiki, Cabinet Secretary representatives present, the Vice Chancellor, the University of Nairobi, Margaret Hutchinson, Chinese Ambassador to Kenya, Guo Haiyan, the CEO of the Huawei, Mr. Gavin Gao, and Mr. Yun Zindong, Chairman of the Kenya-China Economic Trade Forum. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, students, good morning. Your Excellency, it's a great pleasure to meet you and to actually host you here today. For us, it's an utmost pleasure to be here to welcome you to the second edition of the LEAP Job Fair. We are honored to be hosting this event in partnership with Huawei, Kenya. I would like to express our gratitude to our Deputy President for making time to be here off his busy schedule. I would also want to thank Professor for hosting us in this great, honorable Taifa Hall on this great day. What better venue to hold this event, especially with our youth. Ladies and gentlemen, we conceived this event in 2023 in response to the growing appetite for job opportunities across Kenya. It was clear that there was a need for a platform that directly connects skilled professionals with a forward-thinking organization across various industries. At the Nation Media Group, our mission is to positively influence our society. And it is through this that we keep telling impactful stories by using our convening power to create platforms that drive meaningful change. Your Excellency, this theme for this year is unlocking the potential and building connections. And it reflects our commitment to helping individuals uncover the strengths and chart meaningful career paths while forging vital connections between job seekers and the organizations that need their talents. Among the many highlights you'll expect today are the immersive company booths where you can interact directly with recruiters, thought-provoking panel discussions, as well as network sessions and spark impactful conversations, and even speed dating style interviews that could lead to real job opportunities. Ladies and gentlemen, at the Nation Media Group, we remain committed to creating these platforms through both events and impactful content, because we firmly believe that the youth are not just the leaders of tomorrow, but the leaders of today. It is our belief, Your Excellency, that we have intentionally invested it is with this belief that we have intentionally invested in a diverse portfolio of youth-focused initiatives aimed at empowering, inspiring, and elevating the next generation. Over the years, we have run a number of youth-centered programs, including CB Connect, My Network, the High Schooler, Teen Republic, G3, and The Trend. And some of these are very popular on the screens, if you watch them, sir. We also have columnists who are Gen Zs, which is just aimed to deepening our connection with the younger audiences. And we are getting very many impressions about this particular event. On the events front, we have Rada Yetu, a youth-centered initiative that peers access experts, advice, and openly discuss important topics like mental health, career growth, and personal skill development. Another flagship initiative, Your Excellency, is what we call Skill Up Africa, which brings stakeholders to reflect and empower young people with skills that they need, whether for employment or successful entrepreneurship. I warmly invite you to attend this year's Skill Up Africa, taking place between the 15th and the 16th of July, 2025. Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, as I conclude, to the job seekers in this room, whether you're fresh out of school or are looking to pivot into something new, this is the space for you. Be curious, be bold, ask questions, learn, and connect. And for our partners and the companies present here today, thank you for being part of this shared vision. You're not only scouting for talent, but also investing in Kenya's future. By opening your doors to the bright minds in this room, you'll be demonstrating leadership that extends well beyond the boardroom. Thank you very much, and God bless you all.
Thank you very much. This morning, the remarks are very brief. Your Excellency, at this point in time, allow me to invite the Chairman of Kenya China Economic and Trade Association, General Manager, China Road and Bridge Corporation, Kenya Office, Mr. Yu Jiadong. A warm round of applause.
Your Excellency, Professor Kithure Kindiki, Deputy President of Kenya. Your Excellency, Ambassador Guo Haiyan, Chinese Ambassador to Kenya. Jim McCory, Deputy Director General of Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Geoffrey Odondu, CEO of Nation Group. Professor Margaret Jesang Hutchinson, Vice Chancellor of University of Nairobi. Other CEOs and the representatives of the media and all job seekers, good morning. It is a great honor to speak on behalf of the Kenya-China Economic and Trade Association, which is KCTA, at this meaningful Leap Job Fair. I sincerely thank the government of Kenya and the Chinese Embassy for their strong support, and express special appreciation to Huawei and the Nation Group for sponsoring this event. This fair, co-hosted by the KCTA and the Nation Media Group, is a strong symbol of the growing, results-driven partnership between China and Kenya. Over 60 Chinese and Kenyan enterprises are offering more than 1,700 job opportunities today. Kenya is at a critical stage of development, with a strong focus on youth empowerment and industrial growth. Chinese enterprises are responding actively by hiring locally and investing in skills development. KCTA, now with 104 member companies, is committed to supporting Kenya's Vision 2030 and building a closer China-Kenya community. Chinese enterprises have contributed significantly to Kenya's development. Major projects like the Standard Gauge Railway, Nairobi Expressway, and the various energy and water initiatives have created jobs and improved lives. Beyond infrastructure, Chinese companies are deeply invested in employment and training. For example, KEDA Ceramics has invested over 120 million US dollars, directly employing 4,000 Kenyan workers and indirectly creating over 50,000 jobs. Huawei trains around 6,000 students annually through programs like Seeds for the Future and the ICT Academy, while supporting 100 local lecturers and offering internships. AVIC International has equipped 154 vocational institutions and trained over 300 instructors, benefiting more than 50,000 youth with technical skills. In the year 2022 to 2023 alone, Chinese companies employed over 60,000 Kenyans with localization rates exceeding 90%. Today's job fair continues that mission, offering Kenyan youth a platform for opportunities, innovation, and shared growth. Looking ahead, KCTA will continue to strengthen company training institution partnerships, expand upskill pathways, promote inclusive, merit-based hiring. Together, let's open new doors for Kenyan talents and shape a better future for Kenya-China cooperation. Thank you, and I wish the job fair great success. Asante sana.
Asante sana. It's now my privilege and honor, Your Excellency, to invite the ambassador, the Chinese ambassador to Kenya, Ms. Guo Hien, to come and make her remarks. Immediately after, Your Excellency, with your kind permission, you will allow me to invite the VC to come back with the singular responsibility to invite you officially after the remarks by the ambassador.
Your Excellency, Professor Kithure Kindiki, Deputy President of Kenya, Professor Margaret Hutchinson, VC of University of Nairobi, Ambassador Jan McCurry, my friend from Foreign Affairs, and Mr. Odando, MD and CEO of Nation Media Group, my fellow Chinese, Mr. Gao from Huawei, Mr. Yu from the KCTA, other officials, CEOs, representatives, all participants here today, good morning. Thank you very much for coming. In this chilly, raining day, I feel the enthusiasm of this event. It's a great pleasure for me to join you today at this opening of LEAP Job Fair. I'd like to start by extending my warmest congratulations on this successful launch of this event. I sincerely thank Kenya-China Economic and Trade Association and Nation Media Group for co-hosting this job fair. Special thanks also go to Huawei for generous sponsor and support. I also wish to express my appreciation to University of Nairobi for generously providing the venue. This job fair is taking place at a very important time. I think everyone knows that just 2 months ago, His Excellency President William Ruto paid a state visit to China at the invitation of His Excellency President Xi Jinping. During the visit, our two heads of state held in-depth strategic discussions, reaching historic consensus to jointly build China-Kenya community with shared future for the new era, and to make China-Kenya relations a shining example within the all-weather China-Africa community with shared future. More than 20 agreements and MOUs are signed, covering a wide range of areas, including infrastructure, trade, education, digital economy, science and technology, people-to-people exchanges, and cultural cooperation. The joint statement issued during the visit highlighted the pivotal role of human resources development, education, and youth development and vocational training in driving national transformation. It reaffirmed both sides' commitment to promoting industrial cooperation and deepening connectivity between our peoples. This job fair we are opening today is a concrete action that puts this high-level consensus into practice. China-Kenya cooperation has a history of over 6 decades. It's based on principles of sincerity, mutual benefit, and inclusiveness. Over the years, our friendship has grown stronger and deeper, delivering tangible benefits to both sides. Today, more than 200 Chinese companies are operating across Kenya. I think this number should be bigger. We need to renew it. contributing significantly to infrastructure construction, technology transfer, and job creation. These companies are not only building roads, bridges, and digital networks, but also offering Kenyan people new opportunities for skills development and long-term careers. Last month, China announced that through the entry into agreements on economic partnership for shared development, China will implement zero tariff measures of granting 53 African countries having diplomatic relations with China, zero tariff treatment for 100% tariff lines. It will help attract more Chinese enterprises to invest in Kenya and promote collaboration in manufacturing, agriculture, ICT, and green development, all of which will create even more employment opportunities, especially for young Kenyans. China always advocates for development that is inclusive, people-centered, and sustainable. Chinese companies in Kenya are encouraged to adopt a long-term vision, shoulder social responsibility, and invest in local communities. According to the Chinese Enterprise in Kenya Social Responsibility Report released last year by the Kenya-China Economic and Trade Association, more than 60,000 Kenyan employees are working for Chinese companies. These companies also actively support local education, healthcare, environmental protection programs. Today's job fair brings together over 60 Chinese and Kenyan companies offering over 1,700 job opportunities across a wide range of fields, including engineering, project management, finance, logistics, marketing, ICT, and customer services. This demonstrates not only the strength of China-Kenya economic cooperation, but also the growing integration of our human resources and industrial capacities. These also reflect the tangible benefits of jointly building China-Kenya community with shared future in the new era. One of the most critical aspects of our cooperation is talent development. In the joint statement, both countries emphasized support for vocational training, China-Africa Talent Development Plan, and greater investment in education. China has valuable experience in using technology and education to drive development, and we are pleased to share with our African and Kenyan friends. Today, the digital economy is reshaping industries around the world, and Kenya is embracing this transformation with energy and ambition. Chinese companies such as Huawei are working closely with Kenyan partners to provide training and employment in areas like network engineering, cybersecurity, software development, and artificial intelligence. These efforts echo the joint statement's vision to deepen cooperation in digital economy and emerging technologies while empowering Kenyan youth to thrive in a more innovative and technologically advanced future. Ladies and gentlemen, education and skills training are not only about finding a job. They are about empowering people to participate in building their nation. We believe all stakeholders, governments, businesses, universities, and vocational institutions must work together to nurture a skilled, future-ready workforce. I commend the enterprises here today for your efforts in supporting Kenyan talent and contributing to sustainable development. China will remain firmly committed to supporting Kenya's Vision 2030 and the bottom-up economic transformation agenda. Through our bilateral cooperation, we have implemented the TVET project, which has supported 154 training institutions, trained over 300 teachers, and benefited more than 50,000 young people across Kenya. In addition, we offer government scholarship opportunities every year, support the teaching of Chinese language, and have established Confucius Institute and Luban workshops that serve as platform for both learning and culture exchanges. These initiatives not only enhance skills, but also serve as bridges of friendship that foster mutual understanding and people-to-people connectivity. To conclude, I'd like to express my sincere appreciation once again to all companies participating in today's work fair, job fair. Your presence and commitment send a strong message about the growing opportunity and partnership between China and Kenya. I also thank Your Excellency, Professor, Deputy President, Excellencies, all the senior officials here today for your unwavering support for China-Kenya relations. Let's stay firmly committed to mutual trust, mutual benefit, and shared development. Continue to work together to translate our shared vision into real achievements and build a better future for both our nations. And to all young friends here, I sincerely hope you could find exciting career opportunities through this fair. May this be the start of a fulfilling journey where your talent contribute to your personal growth and to Kenya's development. Thank you very much. Asanteni sana.
It's now my singular honor and privilege to welcome His Excellency, our Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, Professor Kithure Kindiki. Would you all be upstanding, please, as we give him a warm welcome? Thank you. Keep clapping. He's not gonna arrive yet.
Please be seated, and good afternoon. Good afternoon. I appreciate all the dignitaries and distinguished colleagues who have come to join us here today. And we gather here today on the back of recent events in the last 2 weeks in this country, which now more than ever validate the strategic focus of this government in pursuing job creation and income opportunities for our young people. While many challenges face young people today, undoubtedly, the most acute challenge young people face in Kenya and in many parts of the world is the inability to access employment, jobs, and income opportunities. Among the number of unemployed people we have, over 60% are youth, many having no vocational or professional skills training. And this is what drives young people it has our immediate attention. The International Labour Organization World Employment and Social Trends Report of 2025 highlights that youth unemployment continues to be significantly higher than the adult unemployment rate. In some countries, youth unemployment is 3 or even 4 times higher than adult unemployment. The ramifications of this trend are far-reaching, affecting financial stability, mental well-being, and societal cohesion, and that has serious ramifications on the development of our society. I therefore congratulate Huawei Technologies for today's event. I express my gratitude and the gratitude of the government of Kenya for the prioritization of this theme and the hosting of a consultation on the question of job creation in the manner in which we are here today. Ladies and gentlemen, the cornerstone of the Huawei Leap Job Fair has been a dialogue on meaningful employment creation. The fair is part of an ongoing effort between the government of Kenya and the People's Republic of China to support Kenyan youth in securing the requisite skills and career guidance, particularly in the digital and creative economy. It is significant that today's Leap Job Fair is being held at the University of Nairobi, which represents our esteemed academic institutions. And I am happy to be associated with this great institution where I worked for a decade. And I have very fond memories. I have very fond memories of my time here in the Faculty of Law, today the School of Law of the University of Nairobi, where I was able to spend a very, very fulfilling decade of nurturing and teaching young lawyers who today have gone out to become very successful in their own right. This fair has brought together over 75 Chinese companies to engage with young job seekers, employers, industry experts, and the public sector in a mentorship, networking, and exposure situation. I am proud that this government remains committed to job creation. We are not just creating jobs, we are crafting pathways to dignity, self-reliance, and prosperity for every Kenyan in a meaningful and sustainable way. Here in Kenya, we have approached the job creation agenda of our country by creating as many jobs as we can in the economy, whether physical and the traditional classical jobs, whether in the emerging sectors like digital jobs, which are a departure from the classical jobs that we've always had, but also we are encouraging labor mobility for our young people who find jobs anywhere in a more connected and integrated world today. This approach ensures that as an administration, we create jobs locally, even as we actively engage in creating jobs online, and also create an overseas workforce through the labor mobility strategy. In order to meet this aspiration, we have recognized the need of structuring our training to meet our various local demands, even as we prepare for the international market. Our education system is now undergoing reform through the competence-based education and training. And we are working hard to keep up with the trends in the industry. As the government of Kenya, with Huawei Technologies and other Chinese companies, involves training, infrastructure, expertise, and support for local companies, and so on. And to this end, we have developed very strong outreach efforts through the embassies overseas, and strong collaboration mechanisms with China and other countries friendly to Kenya. I am delighted that this job fair has such strong support from the Embassy of China and dozens of Chinese companies. We are also laying emphasis on recognition of prior learning under the new policy, the RPL program. Under this program, highly qualified Kenyans who have no formal certificates will be assessed and recognized and issued with certificates by government accredited institutions to arm them in their search for jobs. The government has also focused on vocational and technical education as a core strategic agenda. Through this approach, we are ensuring that our youth are not just employable, but thrive in an increasingly competitive global market. The success stories achieved so far in this space are living proof of what is possible when talent meets opportunity. There's a lot of talent. What perhaps we should work harder to create more are opportunities for that talent to thrive. So far, over 6,000 skilled workers have been certified under the recognition of prior learning framework. 6,170 coxswains have been trained. 282 ICT hubs have been operationalized, establishing a platform for digital jobs such as content creation, software development, and we are also promoting industrial-based attachment and secure training for farmhands and farm managers and coxswains, and build strong constituency of certified masons, plumbers, carpenters through our affordable housing and market construction program that the government is implementing at the moment. Recently, the Cabinet of Kenya approved the dual training policy, which marked a historic milestone in the TVET sector. This policy is designed to solve the historical skills mismatch, integrating theoretical instruction in TVETs, and even going forward in the universities with practical hands-on training in industries. This approach ensures that students acquire both theoretical knowledge and relevant work experience, making them job-ready upon graduation. Through our affordable housing program and market construction program, we are providing opportunities to actualize the concept of dual training policy. And therefore, going forward, there's no reason why a student in TVET or university pursuing structural engineering, civil engineering related courses, electrical engineering related courses, there's no reason why such a student should graduate without first having a work experience, practical work experience as part of that training before they graduate. That will ensure they are ready for the job market on graduation day and fit for purpose. And therefore, we want to expand these partnerships into other areas so that the government, through the programs we are running in infrastructure, in ICT hubs, and the other programs we are running, including the construction of county aggregation and industrial parks, becomes a hub of public sector preparing students and making them ready for market before graduation, even as we partner with private entities like Huawei and other entities. I see the China Roads and Bridges Corporation here and other Chinese companies who have been very supportive to the young people of Kenya by providing them jobs and income opportunities. As well as investing in our universities and TVETs, we have set up also the Open University of Kenya to make quality education opportunities available to anyone with an internet connection. The quality of Kenyan talent is one of the key reasons why Kenya is seen as a gateway to Africa, a regional hub, and a leader in industries like fintech. I believe it is also the reason why there are so many companies from China who are active in Kenya and who are creating so many jobs here, for which I want to thank the Kenya-China Economic and Trade Association and their members. I have no doubt, as President William Ruto has stated before, that we shall stand vindicated by our job creation and income opportunity interventions going forward. And therefore, ladies and gentlemen, and perhaps to our private sector partners, we urge you to intensify your engagement in job creation, especially in emerging sectors like technology, agribusiness, and the creative economy, like Huawei has done. Together, let us build an ecosystem that nurtures dreams and delivers results. Following President Ruto's visit to China recently, Kenya and China have further strengthened ties, and we are attracting more investments into Kenya. This will create more jobs, support more local businesses, and further position Kenya for future growth. Today's job fair, with over 1,500 jobs available, is evidence of the success of the government's strategy and support for international investment. I urge other development partners to borrow from this approach and design tangible, sustainable approaches to our job creation and income opportunity objectives. Again, Huawei has led the way, and we encourage as many more companies from as many countries as possible to borrow a leaf from what Huawei has done. Allow me, ladies and gentlemen, now that every speaker here has been very brief, I don't want to be the odd one out and speak forever. Otherwise, I will spoil the occasion. But allow me, just in 1 minute, to share what I believe is the future in this space of job creation and empowerment of young people to realize their present and future dreams. I see going forward 3 variables that will inform the progress of the world into the next century. These 3 variables are, number 1, technology. The next century is going to be driven by technology. What this means, therefore, is that if we have to empower young people to realize their present and future dreams, technology must be at the heart of finding solutions to job creation and creation of opportunities. And therefore, IT companies like Huawei, you hold the future for young people, not just in Kenya, but around the globe. Because technology, especially IT, is going to be at the center of solving the problems of the world, including the problems around jobs and income opportunity creation. Other than the technology factor, the second variable that will define the future of the world in the next century is the youth themselves, the people. The people and how they use technology is going to be an increasingly important variable of shaping the progress of the world into the next century. And as we look at the people as a variable, we are looking at different population dynamics around the world. And Africa remains at the center of the future of the world, because Africa today is the youngest continent. The average age of the population in Africa is 19 years. Other parts of the world are not as fortunate, because the average ages in Europe, in Asia, and other places is much higher. And since the people are going to be an important variable in defining the future success of the world in the next century, and not just the people, but young people, especially young people, then Africa then lies in the square of influencing the future of the world. The last variable is partnerships. Partnerships are going to become increasingly important going forward. We are coming from a history of a dichotomy between the public and private sector. Something is either public or private sector. There are things that the public sector must concentrate on. There are things that the private sector should concentrate on. That division is increasingly getting blurred for various reasons. And I dare say that this blurring of the public-private sector divide is irreversible. It's not going to change anytime soon. And governments, including the government of Kenya, have come to accept the reality that going forward, as we solve our national problems, we are not adequate as public sector to give all the solutions that the country needs. We need the private sector. We have tested and received positive feedback that the closer ties between the public sector and the private sector can drive Kenya's progress faster. And we can reach to our desired destination earlier, faster, and with less difficulties if we leverage on working with private sector in partnerships. Some of the, in this city already, you know, one of the fairly good projects that have improved the face of the city is the expressway just outside here. It would not have been possible if there was no public-private partnerships, because it is private resources used to provide a public good, which ordinarily, in the classical sense, should have been the work of government to look for money to build an expressway. Through the same public-private sector, public-private partnerships, we are about in 2 weeks' time to launch the construction of a dual carriageway to the western part of Kenya, which could not again have been possible if we kept our traditional divisions between public and private sector. And we are thinking ahead and seeing and trying to see what else is it that we can do to improve that public-private sector partnership to provide jobs like we are doing here today to as many young people as possible, to provide solutions for energy, to provide solutions for public infrastructure like roads, water also. The future of sustainable water infrastructure and water amenities being available, we have to bring in the private sector. So the broad for cooperation is beyond ICT and IT. It cuts across. And there are as many sectors as possible. When we are therefore reflecting on how do we as public sector enable private sector to help us converge our interests and speed up the development of Kenya and the development of the world. And therefore going forward, we will be engaging in this space. And I think the same way governments raise bonds, we could also allow private sector to place bonds and raise funds to provide public amenities. Instead of the private sector struggling with their own resources, they can use the protection of the public sector, governments, to be able to raise private bonds, to raise money, if that money is going to be used to provide a public infrastructure. So that's the way I see it, and therefore I thought I should speak about that in an occasion like this one, because it is no longer feasible that we do things the way we've always done them. If we have to create enough jobs for our young people, if we have to offer national solutions around infrastructure, energy, and water, and so forth, and health, we must think outside the box. And going into the future, technology, people, especially the youth, and partnerships will drive us into the desired world that we want to see in the next century. God bless you. Thank you for listening.
Your Excellency, I request you to remain on stage humbly as we do a quick photo session. I wish to ask the ambassador to join His Excellency on stage for the first photo. Quickly to be followed by the CEO of Huawei. The CEO will be coming here to be close to the stage. Then I'll have the chairman, the center, then the manager here at the city. So the first photo, the ambassador and His Excellency the Deputy President, to be joined by the CEO of Huawei. The CEO to join. Then the chairman, Nation Group, Ambassador Jane Makori. Let's all join that photo. Let us all join that photo on either side. Then Hadija, Huawei, that will be our last photo. They'll be joining on either side. The Minister Councillor can also join that photo as the last person. Thank you, Your Excellency. I'll ask all others to leave the stage so that we leave His Excellency the Deputy President on stage as we conclude this event. Tumpongeze kwa makofi Mheshimiwa Naibu wa Rais kwa kujiunga nasi. Nitaomba sote tuweze kuondoka. Let us all be upstanding as we conclude this event with the national anthem. The national anthem. Thank you so much, Your Excellency. Karibu tena. Let's give him a warm round of applause as he takes his leave together with our guests. You can